Grim, thank you for that. Now to an update on the man who set a Tesla Cybertruck on fire, causing thousands of dollars of damage to an East Mesa dealership last spring.
A judge has sentenced Ian Moses to the next 5 years in federal prison, a sentence the U.S. attorney hopes deters future acts of political violence. 12 News journalist Sean Rice, following this case, you were the only person in the courtroom as the sentence was handed down. I know his family was not happy about it. Sean, take it.
Yeah, they certainly were not. And, you know, over the last year, we've seen plenty of these Tesla firebombing cases. But I learned today this case against 36-year-old Ian Moses is the first in our country where an act of vandalism against the car company Tesla did not go to a trial. That's because the evidence collected against Ian Moses was so overwhelming by both the ATF and Mesa police that it led him to plead guilty to every single charge he faced. Those would be 5 arson-related federal charges. This case, a big one for the U.S. Attorney for the District of Arizona, Timothy Coutrain, who tells me these kinds of acts, potentially political acts of violence, will continue to be prosecuted aggressively. Surveillance video from the early morning hours of April 28th, jaw-dropping. A parked Tesla Cybertruck goes up in flames, causing a massive explosion, leaving burn scars up and down the backside of a Tesla dealership.
There was a significant amount of danger in this case.
The case, prosecuted by U.S. Attorney for the District of Arizona, Timothy Coutrain's office. The evidence collected by Mesa police and investigators with the ATF, rock solid. Video shows Ian Moses dressed in all black clothing ride a bike to the backside of the dealership. Evidence shows he placed fire starter logs at the base of the Cybertruck, poured gasoline on top of them, and lit it on fire, causing the explosion. Thankfully, that morning, nobody was hurt, but thousands of dollars in damage was caused.
The defendant in this case set the fire right next to the egress route, and they made a big argument about that it wasn't dangerous because it was the middle of the night or the early hours in the morning. But I would ask, who here has worked late nights in their businesses or were preparing for early morning things?
Moses arrested by Mesa police within 2 hours of causing the explosion. While he was approaching a white van near the scene, and inside a backpack on his body, they found the tools used to cause the fire and the explosion. In court Tuesday, he stood beside his attorneys dressed in an orange jail jumpsuit. The government asking for 6.5 years of prison time, but the judge imposed the mandatory minimum below their request.
She went with the mandatory minimum of 60 months. That's still a significant sentence for a first-time offender who got caught up in the political moment of this. And so those 60 months, that mandatory minimum, represents a necessary deterrent effect.
Whether this crime was done for political purposes did not factor into the judge's decision. This coming after Moses wrote the word thief in all black spray paint on the side of the dealership. Coutrain believes Tesla owner Elon Musk's role in government at the time may have motivated the act.
Elon Musk was working to change the way federal government work, and he was facing significant pushback during that time. And third, and most importantly, it shows the consequences of heated political rhetoric. It gets people going, and this defendant had significant mental health problems, was online, was isolated, and this is how he acted out.
Inside the courtroom, Moses had a dozen or so family members there in support of him. After the hearing, I asked for comment, to which they declined with a few gestures. Yeah, suffice it to say, they did not want to be filmed. Now, at the end of today's hearing, Moses was taken away by the U.S. Marshals. He will soon head to a federal prison somewhere within the Bureau of Prisons. Now, right before this sentence was handed down, Moses addressed the judge. He apologized to all of Tesla, just the company in general, and specifically to all of the employees who work every single day at that Tesla dealership in East Mesa. He also offered his apologies to every member of the Mesa Police and Mesa Fire Department who worked quickly to put out this fire back on April 28th, again, putting it out without any injuries caused. We're live in downtown Phoenix. Sean Rice, 12 News.
All right.